Oh.
Alright, so at this point...
Okay, wait.
Alright, so at this point...
Shut up. Look at her.
Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So today I'm going to be going over replacing your Whitestone dome glass protector. So it's going to be the same process no matter what phone you have. This is actually my wife's Galaxy S20 Plus, and if you can see right there in the corner, it's got a little chip. So I know that chip may be little, but if you're paying, the high dollar for such a fancy little screen protector, then you want your stuff to look as pristine as possible. So we got the 2-pack here. We started the warranty process, which is $9.99. They send a whole new kit out with the screen protector and new fluid and all that, so you can get your phone looking brand new as soon as possible. For now, let me show you how I replace these. So there's a few ways that you can go about doing this. I know that some people will get like a heat gun or a hair dryer of some sort and put it on their phone so they could kind of like peel it off nice and smooth and get that adhesive taken off there, but I don't like doing that just because of the lithium-ion battery that's in these phones. If you apply direct heat to them, it could either highly degrade the battery or cause some problems later on. What I do is I pick a corner. I'm not going to do that one because it's chipped, and I just slowly start peeling it off. Now when you do this, you want to be as mindful as possible to get it all in one go, because this is glass, and when you start peeling it, you'll see in a second, it will shatter. Tearing off one just chunk of glass is not a good look. So let's see if we can get this all off in one piece and see how the phone looks underneath that. Now let's give it a go. As you can see, it's slowly lifting, and you don't want to force this part. You want to go nice and slow. That way it can try and lift off all at one time. And it's lifting up. I'm applying very slow pressure, and if you have a pry tool or something, then right here would be a good place to put it. I'm just gonna use my nail though. You can see it's lifting up quite nicely. Alright, I have now freed the other corner, and we'll just let it pull itself off. I'm just slowly applying pressure to lift this up. Oh no! Abort! Abort! Okay, slowly applying pressure to lift this up and holding down the phone at the same time. And pulling up. Pulling up. And that is what I was talking about. So it may have been a better idea for me to grab up here and pull, but this won't be an issue. Since I got so much of it off right here, I can go in at this corner and basically do the same thing I did on the other side. So now, sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to lift up over here. And you can see the protector is getting released from the adhesive all the way around. Cracking will happen, as long as you can get this off in one piece without it shattering into a million tiny pieces of glass. And voila, we did it. Nice. So there is the old screen protector. That wasn't stressful at all. Did it, you know, smooth and cool and all that. But now let's move on to replacing the screen protector. First thing you want to do is get this thing nice and wiped off with one of the microfiber cloths that are included. And if you could take a look in that corner that we saw earlier, the protector did its job and we have absolutely no issues with any kind of crackage or anything like that. Now, I highly recommend that you guys read the instructions, but this is the protector that I've been using for I think maybe like 2 years now on all my phones, and every time I get a little nick on a phone, I go through the warranty process, just because, you know, why would you have such a nice phone and, you know, have a walking around with a cracked screen? I just don't understand how people do that. That drives me nuts. Okay. So here is your little tray. I'm gonna get this thing nice and prepped. Putting these little sponges in so they will suck up any of the leftover adhesive that could possibly get into your phone's buttons and whatnot. Be using these little stickers to cover off the buttons on your phone. So basically just right there and whatnot. If you get some adhesive in there and it dries off, that'd be a bad day. It doesn't really have to be pretty or anything, as long as it's covering your buttons, and you want to do that for your buttons there, the little headpiece up there, and for the microphone down here. You got the little earpiece piece of tape there. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it. For this one, it is really nice to put it in the tray when you're doing this, because it's kind of hard to catch on camera, but there's two different tones of gray there, and the darker tone of gray is what is going to go on the earpiece, and the other, like, lighter see-through kind of piece is what is going to kind of protrude over here. So it makes it a little easier for you to understand which part of the sticker is supposed to go on what. Right, nice and easy. So I got that on there. Now I'm just gonna get my last little sticker, protect all this good stuff down here. Doesn't have to look pretty, but it does the job. As long as whenever you put these stickers on, you are certain that they are not going to hinder the actual screen protector getting on there. Now, on a side note, while I am cleaning this up, you really want to ensure that you're doing this on a level surface, because if you're not, that little liquid bubble is going to go wherever it wants, and that is how you create kind of discrepancies in the screen protector installation that could be easily avoided if you're on a flat surface. And use our dust absorber sticker to really just get down on an eye level, see if there's any fuzzies, and just kind of get them out of there. Now, any of those fuzzies, that's gonna be what causes your air bubbles. Now we're going to put our frame on like so, and we are going to get this little bad boy, put it on here, get our little liquid with the colored portion going up, and we're going to screw this off. That wasn't good. I think I may have done it upside down, but you know what? We're going to roll with the punches. Alright, so I'm going to unscrew the colored portion here. I'm going to let it all come out. while that's happening, I'm going to read the instructions and see if I got that 50-50 portion a little mixed up there. So, upon reading the instructions, it states, open only the top cap colored. So when it said the top cap colored, I thought the colored part went up, but it actually meant open the colored part and then flip it around and then open the black part. That way, you know, gravity or whatever wouldn't make it spill all over like how it just did. But we are going to persevere and see if we could make this work. So now that we got all of our liquid out, we're going to take this off and place it over on the side. Uh-oh, there's a little sticky right there. Let me just use this real quick and get that out of there. I'm gonna try and get this a little bit more centered. Let me get that little bubble. Boom, boom. Like a pro. Okay. Except for, you know, the part where I wasn't a pro and I messed it all up. But, so here we go. We are going to insert this little bad boy. This is going to be what we pull to get the screen protector to fall where we need it. Here is the protector itself. Now we're going to get it right here. We're gonna get this bad boy, place it in the grooves, let it fall right there. Now that little liquidy bubble is going to slowly fall and go into that circle. That's why you saw me trying to center it the best of my abilities. So we're going to put force down right here, let the bubble fall down, and then as soon as it gets there, like yank this while simultaneously slowly letting it hit the ground so it can spread out as evenly as possible. Alright. Complete silence. Complete silence, everyone. Here we go. Now that wasn't stressful. So now we're going to just let it completely go around. As you can see, if we look down at the phone, the liquid is dissipating evenly throughout the whole thing. Looks like we got a really good spread going here. And once we have verified that the liquid reached all the way around all of the corners, we can get our UV light and do a quick 15-second portion on the top, on the middle, and on the bottom. And that way it will seal the protector onto the glass, but won't fully dry everything around it, so we can get our alcohol little swab here, clean that stuff off, and then go for the final seal and deal, where we do a couple of 60-second sessions all over the phone, as many times as you want. It can't really hurt to do too many. That way your fingerprint sensor will be good to go. Alright you guys, so if you had a catastrophic failure like I did, you may notice, depending on where your little glue bubble was, that the glue may not have spread as evenly as you would have liked. Now this may be due to either you not getting all of the liquid from the capsule out onto it, which may definitely be the issue that we had, or it could be that you're on an uneven surface, because say if you're tilted down like that, then all of the liquid's going to go that way, and it's going to have a really hard time reaching the right end of the face. You're going to want to give it at least 3 to 5 minutes. As you can see, if you get close here near the camera, it's very slowly but surely making its way to the edge, so we're going to have a little patience. But if you guys do seem to find like this issue, don't be too afraid to actually take this off and just kind of move the screen protector around until the liquid is evenly dissipated. Worst case scenario, you could always pull the protector off, wipe down your phone, and repeat the process with your extra little serum glue stick thingamajig here. Just make sure you read the instructions very slowly and carefully, and you don't do what I did. But it's a good thing I'm a pro, because, you know, everything's working out. So we'll catch you in a bit when that liquid has reached all the way to the top, and continue this process. Alright, so at this point I'm going to lift up the handle just so I could kind of do that moving around thing I was telling you about, just because there is a very small portion that the liquid didn't get to, and if you end up drying it with this on there, then you're going to basically make an access point for dust to get into, and eventually the protector will start peeling. So let's get this off. So just a quick little taparoos, and it got out. So I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, now let's go ahead and do that 15-second little timer thing. I have a battery pack here just so I could do this in a convenient area. So 15 seconds, that's just one push of the button. 15 seconds in the middle, 15 seconds on top. Alright, now that we have done 15 on the top, middle, and bottom, I am going to take this to the side. Sometimes if you get little like liquid in between the frame and you do that drying portion on it, it could like make this hard to get off, but that was an easy pull. We'll pull it up from this tab, take this off. As you can see, that came off very nicely and perfectly if you just follow the instructions on the little two gray colors. I just wanted to make sure that I took that off, because you don't want that to be under the screen protector while you're doing the final curing process, because then it would be a bad day when you go to pull it off and then that whole screen just comes with it. But it looks like we're good to go there. So now I'm going to get an alcohol pad, and I am going to just make sure that there is no serum where it doesn't need to be. So just go around the corners, really make sure it's good. So that looks good to me, and we're just going to cure this a whole bunch of times to make sure that everything is good. I'm probably gonna go top, middle, bottom, maybe like 3 times, 60 seconds a piece. So I will catch you guys after we are done doing that, just to make sure my wife's phone is good to go. So see you in a little bit. Alright, so we just got done with our last little curing process. I'm going to take this off, little stickers on the buttons and down here on the ports. And as you can see, that went on very nicely, no bubbles or anything of that nature. It just goes to show, even if you don't know what you're doing and you completely mess it up, it'll be okay. So when you guys are initially putting the protector on or putting a new one on or what have you, you have to make sure you go into display and you go down to touch sensitivity, push that on. As you can see, it says increase the touch sensitivity of the screen for the use with screen protectors. So then we're going to go into the biometrics and security, and you're going to have to delete all of the fingerprints that you had before. And it is good practice to make sure you moisturize, cannot say how much that helps your fingerprints, and B, your main fingerprint, so for me it's like my right thumb, try and like input that one more than just one fingerprint. So I am going to go ahead and delete all of these. So remove. Alright, add fingerprint, continue. Alright, start the scanning, a little fingerprint, boop, boop. I like to just kind of put it in different places every time and let it rest very lightly. But as you can see, it is working perfectly fine. Not really being too aggressive with how I'm pushing it, just lightly letting my thumb rest on the protector. And now that it has been added, I am going to let the phone rest. See my wife's awesome, always on display there, and then boop, we're good to go. If you guys have any questions about the warranty process or any questions about what you just saw, please leave it in a comment down below. And other than that, if you enjoyed the content or if I helped you out at all, I'd really appreciate a like or a subscribe. It really helps the channel and it helps me make more content for you guys. So other than that, I hope you had a good time watching this video, and I'll catch you next time. Later.